The first thing people think about when they hear Wes Anderson is symmetry, his artistic use of colors, his peculiar quirky style, and of course, the interesting ways he plays with the camera to show us his environment. I can go on and on about all of this, but you all probably know about all of this to an extent. So, the Darjeeling Limited is definitely my favorite Wes Anderson movie. I wanted to talk about something you all must have missed: the little things, and how they can go a long way. I strongly believe in the statement that little things can have big impacts. Now, believe it or not, most of Wes Anderson movies are all filled with little things. Literally little. Now, to give you a little context of what I'm trying to make you understand, you can see that throughout the movie that Peter Whitman is almost always having headaches. Ever wondered why? We find out in between that he wears his dad's shades. We also find out that these shades have his dad's prescription.
You still have his prescription in here. How can you see these?
We also find out that the first thing Peter does after he wakes up is to wear his dad's shades. Hence, the headaches. The shades are a little thing that goes a long way. Now, when I say little things, it can also be applied to the language Wes Anderson uses in his movies. Now, particularly early in the movie, Francis states that he kind of raised all of them.
Did I raise us? Kind of.
And then we have this part where Jack is asking Peter why he's getting a divorce. And Peter says,
Maybe it relates to how we were raised.
it's subtle, but it's there. Another example is, we see that Rita and Jack sort of hit it off just due to a little glance from each other. And we also see in this particular scene that Rita actually has a thing going on with the station master. And right after we see that Peter walks in his compartment saying,
I don't feel good about myself.
now this can be applied to Peter for spying on his ex's messages. But since the dialogue is said right after we see Rita and the station master, it can also be applied to Rita and how she feels about herself.
I gotta get off this train.
Now you'll really understand what I'm trying to say with this particular scene. In this setting, we can see that Peter is shaving his facial hair. And the little thing here is the razor. It starts off with Francis being very rude to Peter for taking all of Dad's stuff without even asking anybody. Peter hit back with his words, and one thing led to another. And
Yeah. Here's your bell.
Stop!
and that led to
But I'm gonna mace you in the face! Stop!
which then led to which then finally led to remember, this is all started with a razor. Also, there's this particular frame for a very few seconds when Peter is sitting in front of a baby. The duration is very little and it's not really adding to the narrative whatsoever, but I think it's one of those frames that just speaks volumes. It shows us so much of Peter's character and what he's going through. He has a baby boy coming his way in 6 weeks, and he just tried saving a child from drowning and failed.
He's dead. He's dead.
He's dead?
The rocks killed him.
You're bleeding like crazy.
And now he's in front of a newborn baby. It's just very intense at a moment that is silent and so loud at the same time. Towards the end of the movie, we see a mystery girl in a yellow bathrobe. Who is she? Well, who else is also seen wearing a yellow bathrobe from time to time in the movie? And we also see this cute little perfume that was given to Jack. Safe to say, I think we can all agree this movie is nothing less than a work of art. Wes Anderson's narrative is something out of this world, and how true it is that little things can go a long way.